Meet Sagittarius. Sagittarius sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Sagittarius starting today, the 10th of January, 2024. I'm reading today with this Tarot de Maria Celia, and I've already purified with this 4711 cologne. You can find information to purchase those products in the video description of this video. If you happen to be watching this on a restream and you want to fast forward through all my shuffling, you can do that by using the timestamps in the video. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch, and moderating on YouTube is the lovely Diane, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Heather. Thank you so much, Diane and Heather, and thank you, Sagittarius and friends of Sagittarius, for joining me today. This does go out to a lot of Sages, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, it may not be meant for you. In that case, just disregard the reading and check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs. Or remember that we have a general reading for all signs every day except for Monday. And we also have a weekly pick-a-card reading that comes out every Sunday for the following week. I don't read with card reversals, and I do like to mention that every so often, just because it can take you aback if you're not used to seeing people flip cards right side up when they're reading. It's just how I prefer to read. All is well, I promise. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. They say smash that like button. Smash it. If you're on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. We have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of merchandise, and we make a small commission off of each and every sale because those are all affiliate links. And it's just a funny, easy way to support the channel should you desire to do that. We do appreciate it. But mostly, Sagittarius, what we appreciate is that you are here today for this 2-week reading starting today, the 10th of January, 2024. I'm going to cut this deck, nice, clean, pristine cut, and let's see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Sagittarius today. Starting off with the Queen of Swords, followed by the Ace of Coins, and then the 10 of Cups. All right, I don't want you to think that the bitchiness that you might have been going through is the reason why things are going well. That was not causative. Things are going well because you moved off of it. Things are going well for you because you moved off of it. Because if you hadn't moved off of it, you wouldn't notice that things are going well. You would be criticizing. It wouldn't be good enough for you. So she might whisper in your ear, see, our cynicism paid off. It didn't. It didn't. You paid off because you're being so smart, because you're doing all the right things. And you really are doing the right things, Sagittarius. It's amazing what a joyous sort of experience I see you headed for. Now, again, I don't predict the future because I don't like that. I don't believe in that. I think the future is changeable, but you can sort of predict based on where somebody's headed. So unless you drastically change your direction, you are really going in the right direction. This 10 of Cups is no joke. It is such a happy ending. And I always like to say that it can be a happily ever after for you too, if you stay present in the moment, because ever after exists in the now, right? So this is something that isn't just temporal. It's not something that's just localized to this particular 2 weeks. It's an indicator that you really are moving toward a new sort of outlook on life, where you're really turning your back on a lot of those ego thoughts, and you're really embracing all of those ideas that bring you such joy and happiness. And not only that, Sag, they bring so much joy and happiness to everybody that's around you. So you're really shining brightly, and I'm super thrilled to see that. Now, this Ace of Coins is saying, the new opportunities that many of you might be experiencing or thinking about experiencing or ready to experience, especially around either money or health, they're big. They're big and long lasting. And I don't want to say that they're the cause of your happiness, but they sure don't hurt. Right? Remember that old Marilyn Monroe movie. I don't remember if it was Some Like It Hot, but somebody was saying, "Oh, you're just after my son for his money." And she said, "No, I'm after your son for your money." He said, "See, it's just the money. It's just the money." And she said, "No, because remember, this is back in the 50s. She said, "It's not the money, but it doesn't hurt. I mean, if you are in love with a girl and she's pretty, does it hurt that she's pretty?" That's what she said. And the same thing goes here. You could still be happy without the money or the health or whatever this is, but it doesn't hurt. So it's wonderful. I just love being you right now. I would love being you at the moment. It does not suck to be a Sag. Queen of Wands, Four of Wands, the Devil. Ooh, the Devil. I love the Devil. See, that the Devil is the way that we turn our happily ever after into a wasn't that nice? Do you see what that is? The Devil turns your happily ever after into a, it was so cool that that happened to you. It turns it into an event. Because what the Devil card represents is you starting to become attached to the manifestations of that wonder, all that wonderful stuff that's coming through for you. And it's there just to remind you, don't do that. Don't do that. Allow things to stay innocent and fresh and change before your eyes. Just because the Ten of Cups, if you think about this as sort of a champagne fountain where all of these cups are overflowing and it's just like there's just overflow, overflow, overflow. What the Devil wants you to do is stop with the overflow, just fill the cups up, and then that's what we have. That's it. And what you want to do is when you start to grab onto that, just say, "No, this is my cup. This is my cup." Just say, "Wait a minute. Let's bring the flow back into things. We want things to change. We want things to change. We want to be in flux because the kind of flux that we're in is circulation. Congestion is not what we want, but the Devil wants congestion, and it makes us think that congestion is going to help us because it says, "No, grab onto this, grab onto that, grab onto this, grab onto that," because you don't want to lose those things, but that's not how you got here in the first place. You know that. You got here in the first place by being really open-minded. And so you want to keep that mind open and keep the flow happening. Don't be afraid. Don't hang on. Don't be stingy. Allow yourself to let things flow, to let things go, because they'll come back. And if they don't come back, let them go. Let them stay gone, right? Because you've got an infinite supply, but the infinite supply gets cut off when we grab onto it. It's just like cutting off the inflow of all that champagne or whatever it is that's flowing through these cups, right? And then everything gets stagnant. Champagne gets flat. And the Devil says, "Well, but at least you've got it. At least you're holding on to it." So the Devil is just a symbol in the tarot for that, because you can see how these people are tied. They're like, "I want," but what people misunderstand, they think that the Devil has tied them, but really they've tied themselves. They're like, "No, I want this, and tie my hands because I don't want to be tempted to undo this. I want to stay here. I want this. I want to worship this thing," whatever it is. So the Devil is not an entity. The Devil is just whatever you're attached to, whatever you happen to be attached to that you're afraid of losing. You turn it into that Devil. And that's what you don't want to do. Now, this Four of Wands is such a wonderful card because it's this Jupiter action right on top of the Ace, which is a very prosperous combination. It's a big expansion of wealth, right? And so as the wealth expands, your happiness also seems to be expanding. And like I said, it's not necessarily causative, but it's all happening together. And you don't want to hang on to that either. You want to allow yourself to order it, because that's what this is. This is expansion through order. So you're battening down the hatches, basically, and you're getting your things in order. And how do you do that with the wands? Usually it's by finishing unfinished projects. Boy, I've been trying to do that lately. Finish unfinished projects. Not let so many ends be untied. And when you do that, it gives us the opportunity to expand and grow. But then this ego mind misinterprets that and says, "Yeah, tie everything down. tie yourself to things. That's not what this 4 is. This 4 isn't tying yourself to things. It's ordering things. It's getting things in order so that they can expand. There's a very, very big difference. But the ego doesn't want you, the ego mind will want to convince you that putting something in order is the same as tying yourself to it. And it's not. It's very different. You want to have a light touch. You want to keep a light touch. And when you keep that light touch, Sagittarius, you'll notice that things expand and grow in regards to wealth and health and happiness. Now, this Queen of Wands here, you've got the 2 queens, and they don't like each other. Well, actually, they don't, in this particular case, they don't seem to know each other. It's not even that they don't like each other. They don't know each other. She's looking backwards. She's looking forward, and she's specifically looking down at this coin. So she, the Queen of Wands, wants to nurture your abilities, wants to nurture your work in the world, wants to nurture your passions and the things that make you happy, the things that make you want to get up in the morning and do things. And she's eyeing this coin saying, not only do I want to bring resources so that I can do all these things, but I want all these things to bring me even more resources. And then this 4 is saying, yeah, we want to expand on that, expand and grow on our wealth, expand and grow in all the good in our lives. She, on the other hand, wants to distract you from that. This is a part of your mind that says, yeah, but remember when they said that? Remember when they did that? Remember when this happened? Remember when, doesn't that make you mad? Aren't you still mad at that? This isn't resolved. We have lots of processing to do on this. We have so much more processing to do on this. Why does she do that? Not because she wants you to process it. She wants you to avoid all of this good. That's when the ego tends to get the most activated, when good is happening. So you've got it from 2 fronts here. Attach to the good that's coming so that it won't expand, and remember the past so you don't even get involved with it in the first place. Those are the games that the ego wants to play with you. And she's saying, we're not playing those games. We're not going to do that. We're going to stay close to our passions. We're going to stay close to our ideas of what we love. We're going to allow the expansion of our wealth to be able to give us all the resources that we need in order to continue doing what we love. And we're going to allow that happiness to be something that's perpetual by allowing things to flow and not getting hung up, not getting stuck, not grabbing onto things and shutting down the flow, and definitely not revisiting the past ad nauseum in order to avoid the present. Right? So those are the main takeaways from this reading. Is everything's so good, so the ego wants to shut it down. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're not going to allow yourself to get sucked into the past. You're not going to allow yourself to get sucked into grabbing onto things and not letting them go. You're going to have a light touch. You're going to stay passionate about everything. Get things in order and finish some things that are sort of energy wasters because you keep procrastinating. You're gonna knock that off and watch the money flow, watch the health flow, watch the happiness flow, and just be aware of the tendencies to want to subvert all of that, and just say no to them. And if you mess up and you say yes to those things, it's okay. It doesn't stop everything. It just slows it down. You just notice what you're doing and you get back on track again. Because on track for you is awesome. Look how beautiful and expansive and happy place that you're headed to. So don't let the ego talk you out of it, because the ego's not going to necessarily go away, but it won't have power over you unless you say yes to it. Right? And it's not an entity. It's a program. It's a habit. It's a habit of thought. And you change habits by changing them over and over and over again. And you don't make yourself wrong when you fall back into old habits. You just notice it and you establish the new habit again and again and again and again. And that's what you're going to do. And you're going to be so happy, healthy, wealthy, and successful. All right, I will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. And thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Heather and Diane. We'll see you in 2 weeks, Sag. Blessed be.